Marion local beat Minster 28-0 on Saturday night in Wapakoneta, Ohio at Harmon Field, as the Flyers laid claim to yet another D6 regional title to put in their already extensive collection. Head coach Nate Moore of Minster, his team in the regional final for the second consecutive season. But that 28-0 score, could it really have been that easy? Surprisingly, the answer to that question is yes, and we have the film to prove it right here at MVPhd. The Flyers' Jake Heitkamp was probably the star of this game. He had 127 yards and 24 carries and 2 touchdowns. Those 2 touchdowns were the first 2 scores of this game. Sophomore quarterback Evan Bertkey was 10 for 17 for around 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's also credited for an interception. That's because A, he's a good player, but B, on the Division 6 level, the good players play both ways. Speaking of good players, Marion Local's defense deserves massive kudos in holding Minster, a high-flying offense, under 100 yards of total offense in this contest. That's less than 30 yards rushing. That's 1 for 12 third down performance. It was an ugly evening for the Wildcats. They had an interception on the first play of the game, and it went downhill from there. Meanwhile, Marion Local appears to be on somewhat of a roll. 53-0 over Lockland, 41-14 over Ada, and 28-0 over Minster. It seems that Tim Goodwin, the head coach of Marion Local, as well as the principal, has something going on. Last year, Minster, now 9-4, beat Marion Local 30-26 in the regional semifinal, essentially for the right to lose to Delphos St. John's later down the line. This year, later down the line means next weekend on this very same field, Wapakoneta High School's Harmon Field. It'll be Saturday night at 7 o'clock. 10-3, Delphos St. John's, the defending state D6 champions, meet their arch enemies, Maria Stein Marion Local, at 11-2. This should be a tremendous game, and we encourage you to be there. The other D6 semifinal will take place on the very same day at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, 7 o'clock. 13-0, Berlin Center Western Reserve plays 11-2 Buckeye Central. The winner of that game, of course, will play the winner of the Marion Local Delphos St. John's game someplace up in Stark County next weekend. No doubt we'll cough up all the details at jjhuddle.com, but you might find them at ohsaa.org as well. And if you can't be there, we'll have the video here of all 6 games, free of charge, brought to you from your friends at jjhuddle.com, Miami Valley Sports Magazine. The MVP podcast. We'll have on Minster's Nate Moore. We'll also have on Tim Goodwin of Marion Local. We have great interviews from Andy Olds of Kings, as well as Maurice Douglas from Trotwood Madison. And it's just scratching the surface as we get ready for the Ohio High School Athletic Association Finals in all 6 divisions.
I'm here with Toby and Lee Parenting for Marion Local.
On behalf of the High School Athletic Association, it's truly a pleasure to give this to you, your coaches, yourselves, your team, and all of the fans, this regional runner-up trophy for the year of 2011. Will you please come forward and accept this award?
Being able to lead this team the way he has. He's just a great athlete. He's got some pretty darn good players around him, and they complement each other very, very well.
2 more years of Adam Berkey, so you got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about Adam Berkey. He's a great athlete, and he's got good kids around him. I mean, our offense really complements each other really well.
One thing you can't do as a coach, you're too close. You can't like say, well, saw you in week 3, see you in week 10.
Right.
I can, you know, right. And I've seen a lot of games.
Yeah, that's what's fun about this team. It's kind of strange. Some years, you kind of plateau off. We've kind of been known to keep improving, but I really think we got some smart kids. And when you have smart kids, you can keep adding, and it makes a huge difference.
You're a principal here too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What kind of advantage does that give you? Or are you allowed to get inside kids' heads a little more? You have some more levers than other coaches do?
I don't know about that. I try to steer clear of their heads. I just try to give them the good information they need to play well.
You see a certain character set on your team, though. It's hard to deny that someone's in their heads.
Yeah, we got blue collar kids. I mean, they just really love to compete.
Despite the way we all feel right now, in a couple of days we'll look back on this year. It's a year to be proud of. And I couldn't be more proud of our kids. I couldn't be more proud of our senior class. The way they played this year and kept fighting through adversity, and they're part of getting this program turned back around. A huge part of it. They picked up where last year left off, and they've certainly made me proud. They made this community proud, and certainly made their parents proud, and so I think when we have a chance to look back, what a great season for this group. Yeah, we play a very tough schedule, without a doubt, and we have for 2 years. The people in our community, the kids and people around us personally, they understand that we play in a very, very tough league, and we play 2 out-of-conference games, and it gets 2 playoff teams. Lehman didn't quite get it done this year, but I think they've been in the playoffs 5 out of the last 6 years, something like that. I mean, we play a bear of a schedule. And to be where we all are right now is without a doubt something